Welcome to the Stitch Guide. This week you can learn how to make this lovely basket weave stitch. Makes a really nice fabric. This is great. This is one of the first fabrics I learned to make, and I made a white scarf. So I recommend making this size sample with me. This is slightly bigger than the video, and then you'll have an idea of how long you want to make it if you're making a scarf or using it for a blanket or something. But it's great. It looks like it's kind of checkered, right? So I'm using a 4mm hook and some DK acrylic yarn. Let's get started. So to begin, we're going to make a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 12. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're going to add 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and because this is the foundation chain, we're going to add 2. Yeah, so that's how big our sample will be. And we're going to, for row 1, we're going to make a US double, UK treble in the 4th chain from your hook. So I like to go into the bumps at the back of the chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to make a US double, UK treble. And then we're going to go all the way along, making US doubles, UK trebles in the foundation chain. So I'll see you at the end, yeah? So I'm just coming up to the end of my first row. At the end of the row, we should have 16 US doubles, UK trebles, yeah? And the last stitch, don't forget the last stitch. Yeah. And that's what row 1 should look like. It does curl a bit sometimes. So for row 2, we are going to chain 2. We're not going to work in that first stitch, yeah. We're going to work in the next stitch. So we're going to be working with US doubles, UK trebles, same stitch, but we're going to be making a front post US double, UK treble now. So instead of going into the stitch, yeah, we're going to go in from the front, behind the stitch, and then come back into the front. Yeah, so if you look behind, you'll be able to see your hook. Yeah, we're going to grab the yarn, pull the yarn through, and we should have 3 loops on the hook. We're going to pull the yarn through 2, and then pull the yarn through 2 more. And there's your first front post double crochet, or if you're using UK terms, front post treble crochet. So we're going to make 2 more of those. Yeah, so we're going to yarn over, go into the front, around the back. Yeah, pull the yarn through. 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to make the 3rd one. Yeah, sometimes they can end up curling round. So make sure you don't miss the stitch, yeah? So yarn over, go in from the front, round the back, and then pull the yarn through, yeah? Finish off the stitch. Oops. There we go. So we've made 3 front post stitches. Now we're going to make 3 back post stitches, yeah? So we're going to yarn over, go behind, come into the front, and then go back behind. Yeah, pull the yarn through. You're going to have to put it through the front and then you'll have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yeah, so we're going to do the next one. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to take our hook behind the work, come into the front, go across the front of the stitch and into the back, pull the yarn through. You'll notice I twist my hook as I come through. People will have different techniques. And finish the stitch. Yeah, so we're going to do one more, make one more of those. Yarn over, work from behind, come into the front, go back behind, and then pull the yarn through. Make sure you don't pull the yarn through the loop as you pull through, yeah? You don't want to slip stitch. And then finish the stitch. So we're going to repeat. Yeah, so we're going to start back here and make the front post. So we're going to yarn over, this time going in from the front and pulling the yarn through. So that's one stitch. I'm going to make the next stitch. That's 2. And then we'll make the 3rd stitch in this group into the front here. And that's the 3rd one. So now we're going to go into the back post again, make 3 more, make 3 of those, yeah. So coming from behind the work. Yeah. Making the 2nd stitch now. And then we're going to make a 3rd. Can be a bit tricky, this one, when you're learning. Yeah, and that's 3 stitches. So now we're going to make 3 on the front, yeah? So you see they're sitting at the front of the work, and then these stitches are sitting behind, yeah? So yarn over, go into the front, behind, and pull the yarn through. Finish your stitch. That's 1. We're going to make the 2nd one. I find these ones easier than the other ones, these front post ones. And then we should be at the end of our sample. So here we're just going to make a US double, UK treble into that chain space. We're going to chain 2 and turn the work. So now we're going to be working into these next ones. We're going to make back posts, yeah? So we're going to yarn over. We're going to skip that first stitch like we did with the first row. Go behind the stitch and then pull the yarn through. So we're going to do 3 of these, yeah? 1, then we're going to make the 2nd one. So that's the 2nd stitch, and then we're going to make the 3rd stitch. Yeah. Now we're going to make 3 front posts. Yeah. You can pause the video if you need, yeah, or speed up. That's 2, and then the 3rd one. Then we're going to swap back the next 3 stitches to the back post. That's 2, and then I'll make the 3rd. There we go. Let's have a look how that's coming along. So for the next 3 stitches, we're going to go back to front posts. Yeah. Remember, all the stitches are US doubles, UK trebles. So that's 1. 2 and 3. For the next 3 stitches, the last 3 stitches, we're going to make the back posts again. Yeah. That's 1. That's 2, and then the last one. So we should be near the end of the row. We're going to make a US double, UK treble into the chain space. Yeah, and chain 2. Turn your work, and that's how it should look at the end of row 2. No, row 3, sorry. So now we're coming into row. How many rows have we done? 1, 2, 3. We've just made row 3. So now we're coming into row 4. So we've chained 2, and we're going to, remember, skip that first stitch, and now we're going to work into back posts. Yeah, so we're starting this checkered effect. Yeah, so here we've got these, they're like squares, and now we're going to alternate and put the opposite square on top. So we're going to go into back posts now onto these front posts. Yeah, so we're going to go from behind and then come into the front. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. So now we're going to work front posts. We're going to make 3 front posts. So we're going to go into the front. That's 1. 2. And 3. Yeah. So now we're going to go into the back posts for 3 stitches. Yeah. Don't skip that first one. 1. 2. And 3. Now we're going to go back to front posts for 3 stitches. Yeah. 1. Whoops. 2. And 3. Now we're going to do back posts, 3 back posts, yeah. 1. 2. And 3. At the end of the row, we're going to make a US double, UK treble into the chain space. And chain 2. And we go. So we're going to repeat to continue this raised square, as it were. So we're going to turn the work, and on this first 3 stitches we're going to make front posts. Yeah, so 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Now we're going to go into back posts for 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2, let me just grab some yarn, and then the 3rd stitch. Yeah, now we're going to move back to the front posts for 3 stitches. That's 2 and then 3. So for the next 3 stitches we're going to go back to the back posts. And 3. For the next 3 stitches we're going to make 3 front posts. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. So we should be at the end of the row. We're going to make a US double, UK treble into the chain space. And that's how it should look. So we're going to chain 2 and we're going to make 1 more row together. Yeah, so now we're going to go, we're going to make the next row of squares. As you can see, we've made 2 rows of squares. Yeah, so we're just going to start the next row. Yeah, so we're going to yarn over, and for this one we're now going to go back, we're going to go into the front posts. Yeah, so through the front and then finish your stitch, and then into the second one. Yeah, and then into the third one. Now we're going to make 3 back posts. 1, 2, oops, let's start that one again. Done the same thing. Let's try again. There we go. And that's 3. Yeah. So now we're going to go to the front posts. Yeah. So there's 1. 2, and 3. Now we're going to go into back posts for 3 stitches. 1, 2, and oops, I've done the same thing I did a minute ago. 3. Now we're going to make 3 front posts, yeah. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, and at the end of the row, we're going to make a US double, UK treble into the chain space. And that's the end of our sample. If you want to carry on, if you're making a scarf or something, then you're just going to repeat rows 3 to 6 again and again and again. Yeah, so that you end up with these squares of front or back posts. Yeah. And I'll see you in the next video.